Okay, I want to share with you how to map out your 10K month plan and really get crystal clear on your roadmap to those 10K months. So they're both, predictable because hello predictability, but so consistent because, nothing really is more sexy in the role than, this consistent results that you can count on as well. So you can then choose, do I want to sustain them and this feels good for me, or can I, do I want to grow from here? Because going from 10K to 20, 30K is not that difficult. This is where, what I teach my clients is where the magic money kicks in. But what we're going to do in this training is I'm going to take you step by step to create personalized action plan to those 10K months. I'm going to break them down so you understand them. Then we're going to create the action plan so it becomes yours as well. Okay, so with no further ado, let's just start digging into this. Okay, and the first thing we got to ask ourselves is, what do you truly desire? Now, for the sake of this training, I'm talking about 10K months. But for you, it might be something different. It might be lower amount, it might be higher. So pick the number for you. There is no judgment here, but it has to make sense to you and it has to be something you can get behind, okay? So for the sake of this plan, we're going to focus on revenue. Well, that's the 10K, 5K, 20K, and we're going to build a plan around that, okay? So pick a number that is good for you, that you can get behind and you can believe. Okay, so this is the number, whatever the number you pick, I'm going to talk about 10K months, is where we set the GPS to. So this is going to be our destination for now. And then, when we get to that destination, we can go somewhere else. But first, let's go to that destination. So just to make this visual for you, I want you to kind of imagine that if you're in Spain here with me, I live in Spain, Almuneja, and you're now here with me, and we decide, okay, let's go on a road trip. And we're going to go to Italy. We're going to go to Desenzano Lago di Garda. We are going to now plug the GPS there, okay? So if I'm now in Spain, I live in Almuneja, and I plug the GPS to Lago de Garda, my GPS will calculate, it will take me 21 hours to drive there, okay? Now, I calculate the route, and then I'm like, okay, this is a very long drive, so I might want to have some stops. I might want to sleep over. I might want to eat. And then obviously, come on, because things always happen, there might be traffic jams, roadblocks along the way, okay? Now, so it probably might take a little bit longer than this, okay? But the thing is, if I put my GPS to Lago de Garda, do I believe I can get there? And if the answer is yes, then obviously I will go, okay? Now, for most of us, when we plug a GPS, we're like, yes, of course I'll get there. And then we just adjust to it. Okay, it's annoying, this roadblock, but we don't doubt, okay? This is what we often do. When we have a 10K month plan or something, we doubt it, and then we never follow it through, okay? So it's important we believe it and we stick to it. So what we're going to do in this training is I'm going to help you make the plan, set your GPS to requirements. We got a muscle test if you believe it, because otherwise you will never do it. The second thing is you got to stick to it for 2-3 months, and then you can adjust it afterwards, okay? Is that a deal? Okay. Now, the second thing is here. When I plugged my GPS to Italy, the quality and the experience on the journey will also depend on me, okay? So I can focus, I gotta get there, I'll be here yet, or I can just like play good music and enjoy the rides because, hey, it is gonna be 21-hour non-stop driving, okay? This is under my control. Now, if I'm constantly like, oh, maybe this is faster route, maybe this is like, if I constantly change my route, I will also probably take a lot longer to go there. Okay, so the best thing is to really stick to it. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we are going to decide on your number. Okay, now there will be a lot of things like, I don't believe in willpower, okay? So there will be a lot of things that will come in the way. Fear, resistance, self-sabotage, our mind playing with us, okay? And this is where the identity will become so important when it comes to the plan. And that's the reason the 10K months on repeat, we do identity training as well, which help our rewire our brain to really, you know, focus on the desires, really focus on what we truly desire, rewire our belief systems, because this ultimately determines our outcome, okay? So when we start seeing our rewards differently than before, our behavior will change and our action will be different, okay? So we're going to throw everything up those 10K months. But for today, we're going to map it, we're going to plan it, we're going to have path, and then we'll mix the identity and the sales system to it as well. Okay, so pick a number that you can get behind, okay? So it could be 10K a month, or it can be something lower or bigger, okay? But something you get behind. So when you pick the number, I want you to ask yourself, do I believe it? And if you don't believe it, grab my liberation process, do the work. Or if you just want to, you know, do it quick for now, pick a lower number, okay? But you gotta believe it's possible for you, okay? And then what do you want to ask yourself? What part of you doesn't want this? And this is for everybody. The reason we often don't go to those months, we believe it, but there is a part of us who doesn't want it. And this is often your inner child, okay? And this is where your self-sabotage will come, okay? So you want to kind of think of this part of me doesn't believe it or doesn't want it, and why not? And then you kind of want to navigate that, okay? So I will give you some tools to work with this, okay? Now, here is the thing. So when you have picked the number, what is important is the meaning of it. And this is the caveat. So a lot of us have created a number or done a plan. This doesn't work. And the reason being is we don't connect to the number. What does it even mean, 10K months? Like if I would print out all the money, would I even know how it looked like, the 10K? 10,000 euros, dollars? No. Can I connect with that number? Hard cash? No. We say we want the money, but we don't connect with it. But we can connect with what it means to us. So we're not motivated by the money, but what the money will give us, the feeling. It'll make me feel safe. What the meanings I will make out of it. If I have this money, I'm stable. It will mean I'm good at my business. I made it. The experiences, the clients we get to serve. So I want you to sit down and ask yourself, what does this mean to me? When I have 10K months, it will mean I'm safe. When I have 10K months, I can do this and that. When I have 10K months, it means I made it, okay? So it's not about the number, but the meaning. Okay, so back to the plan. Now, we don't get excited about the 10K month. But what we really can get excited is about clients. And this is also where the oxytocin kicks in. So what we're going to do is we're going to convert that number into number of clients. Okay, so we're going to do some math here. And this is often where I see also if the plan is realistic or not. Okay, so we're going to break this into clients, and this is why your offers are important, because ultimately everything starts and ends with your offers actually. So have you ever noticed that you feel differently inside your offers than outside as well? This is another important thing, okay? So when you're with clients, you feel potent and powerful, you know exactly what to say, but mainly you're focusing on them. But then it comes to sales and marketing, you start watering yourself down. You start doubting yourself. Your focus is on you. I need clients. I need 10K. So what we're going to do is we're going to play it smart, and we're going to start focusing back on the clients, okay? So the key to the 10K months is focus back on the clients, focus on the service. When you focus on the service, the universe will serve you. You will sound different. Your frequency is going to be different. Okay, so we're going to focus on the service and we're going to focus on action. The results will follow. So we're going to decide on the 10K months, and then we're going to stop thinking about it. Okay, so we're not going to be focusing, are we there yet? Are we there yet? The 10K months, the results will follow, because when we focus on the results, we get a problem. Okay, of course, you know the results. We set our GPS there, and then we're going to enjoy the ride, and we will get there knowing we get there. Okay, now, so what we're going to do is now I want you to start looking into your offers. Okay, so this is the breakdown. So I'm going to show you how this works for me. So if I want 10K months, I want to see if the math actually makes sense, it works out. And this is where you want to look into your current offers. Okay, so my two signature programs are Scale, is 5,000 euros, is an incredible program. And then it's my membership claim or coaching program is 2,500. We're just raising the prices to 2,500. So how can 10K months look like? It can either be 2 people into scale, so 2 times 5,000 is 10,000, or it could be 4 people into claim, so 2,500 multiplied by 4, 10,000, or it could be 1 person into scale and 2 into claim, okay? So the next question is, can I get behind it? Yes. Do I believe it can work? Yes. Now, I have also lower ticket programs, like 10K months on repeat for 111 euros. If I want 10K months, that would mean 90 people. Can I get behind that? Probably not. Because I'm like, ooh, I don't have the audience. Ooh, I don't have the email list. Because only with 5% conversion, and that's quite a bit of conversion, that would mean I would have to have 1,800 people, right? And I'm like, oh, I don't believe that. Okay, so this is where we need to also look, is this realistic? Is this making sense? Is the data making sense for me? And then we can always sprinkle manifestation. I just don't think manifestation as a business strategy is sustainable, okay? So this is where the plan becomes important and we start mapping things out. So it's not only possible, but predictable, because predictability is so important. Okay, so now I know it means 2 people in scale, 4 into claim, or 1 person into scale and 2 in claim. So either 2, 3, or 4 clients. Now, so how do I bring this into reality? And this is where the sales system come into play. So inside my program, scale and claim, and inside the 10K months of repeat, my low ticket, I also teach my sales systems, okay? And I have tried and tested 3 sales systems: courting, masterclasses, and taste the menu. Okay, so I'm going to briefly go today about the because of data, and then I go much deeper inside the programs about this. Okay, but data is so important. So if I want 2 people into scale, because 2 people equal 10,000, how can this look like? Okay, now I love content, and content can convert, no doubt about it. But in my opinion, it's not reliable as a sales system. And I want reliable, predictable, consistent. So I know data and their industry average as well. If I host a masterclass, it's anywhere between 3 to 5% conversion. If I court with the relationship-based selling behind the scenes with I teach, I know it's 5 to 10% conversion. And if I do a taster menu, somebody buys a lower ticket and converts a higher, I also know it's around 10% conversion, okay? So in order for me to get 10K months, it will mean 2 people into scale. And if I do masterclasses with 5% conversion, it means I will have to have 50 people signing up for my masterclass. Or if I'm going to use courting as a sales system, it'll be 25 people. And I'm like, can I get behind that? Yes. Okay, so now it's becoming more of a plan, but it's still not a plan. Now we're just in data. Now I know my numbers. So what I personally do is now I pick what sales system I'm going to utilize. And I teach 3. So for the sake of this, I'm going to pick masterclasses. So what I do is I build my business hosting monthly masterclasses, because I know people buy from me because of my knowledge, my energy. And I'm like, okay, masterclasses is a great way to welcome people inside my world. So now what I can do is I can start mapping out my masterclasses for the quarter. And there I can ask myself, what has to happen in order for me to get 50 people inside this masterclass? And this is where I put everything on a calendar. And I'm just going to share screen so you can really see this, because this is a game changer. Like how I map things out is a complete game changer. Now, what I want to share with you as well is what I do inside my world is I have themed months and themed weeks. So what this means is every month inside my program, because I mean, what's the point to having 10K months and then you're like busy, busy, busy. But what I do inside my programs is I have an implementation week every month. So there's a white space on my calendar every month to do like a masterclass or something else. And then I work with themed weeks. So Monday and Tuesday is where I work on my business. Wednesday and Thursdays is where I deliver to clients. So that gives me always a Monday and Tuesday I can go and work deep inside of my business. Okay, so let me show you how I map this out. So today is 11th. So it's different now because I'm having different programs, but generally it'll be a blank slate on Monday and Tuesday. So if I'm doing a masterclass, usually I will give it 2 to 3 weeks before I host it. So I'll be like, okay, I'm going to have a sales system as a masterclass. Then if today is 11th, and now I did some pre-work here, maybe I would want to do it 25th, 26th, 27th. Now, this is an implementation week. So this will be perfect. So generally, I love to do 3 to 5 days masterclasses because for me, that is where we build a relationship. So let's say, okay, I'm going to have a 3-day masterclass on the 25th, 6th, and 7th. Okay, great. Now, in order for me to welcome 2 people into Scale, I need 50 people to sign up. So the question I have here, what has to happen? And this is where actions become important. And this is where I get to focus on action. So what has to happen? Because now I know the data, and when I know the data, as long as I do the action, it becomes predictable. Okay, so I need a landing page. I need a thank you page. I need a welcome email. Do I want to do ads? I need to send a promo sequence. I need to send to my email list because I need 50 people to sign off, okay? So I create an action list, and if anybody wants it, I do have incredible action list, what has to happen before you do masterclasses. And I also have all the sequences and everything else for people inside Claim, Scale, and the 10K months and repeat. So now this is where I know what to do. I'm like, okay, so what has to happen? I have all of that in place. And then I start putting this in the calendar because whatever is not on the calendar doesn't happen, right? So I'm going to use this map out calendar here. So this is where I focus on the action. So I have mapped out everything. And as long as I do the action, the results will follow. So I'm like, okay, I need to do a landing page plus a thank you page plus welcome email. Okay, so that's the first thing I probably want to do is like I decided the topic, I need to do this. Okay, when does this need to happen? Okay, so because I have a blank slate, say on Tuesday, usually I could do this from 10 o'clock. How long will this take me? And because I plug and play, it'll take me maybe 2 hours. So let me give this 2 hours here. Okay, what else has to happen? I need to create a invitation or promo sequence and multiple invites to my email list, right? So how long will that take me? So 9 promo posts plus 3 to 4 invites to the email list. Okay, so that'll maybe take me, let's say it gives me 3 hours. So I could maybe put that here, okay? And this is kind of where I do all my action items. I put them on my calendar, and then I know every day what to do. So I start treating my sales list and my action items the same as I treat my programs. So I know for Scale, for instance, this Scale calendar, is I have a hot seat here. We have the media program here. I know then when to prepare everything. So I always reverse engineer. So when I know my desire has a path. So during it, I'm like, okay, now I know I'm having a masterclass in 2 weeks. This has to happen here. This has to happen here, 50 people. And then I focus on the action, not the results. And the results always follow. And this is where we start reversing engineering your desire, and it becomes a predictable plan. Okay, so what I would love for you to do is decide on a number, get clear on the meaning, get clear on what part of you doesn't want it and why. Most of the time, if you believe it, convert this into your offers. How many clients do you need inside, how many clients you need inside your offers for this number to become a reality? And then pick a sales system with the conversions. And then how many people do you need into each sales system? Okay. And then I want you to start thinking of action items there. If you do this, your 10K months become so predictable. Okay. Now, a little bit of caveat here. What is more important is also who you are, because we need to make the plan and follow it through, and that will determine who you are and rewiring your brain. And that is where the identity becomes a really important piece in the puzzle. Okay.